Hi, my name is Mary Spender, and you are watching
Tuesday Talks.
And this is Marty Schwartz.
Tuesday
Talks. I am in San Diego, in Marty's wonderful studio, which was kind of amazing because obviously I've been a fan of Marty for years, and walking into the set of your videos is kind of, it's incredible. And thank you so much for having me. We just did a live stream.
Yep, you were awesome, by the way.
Thank you. And we jammed a little, so
Yeah,
I think we
jammed
might,
a lot.
Yeah, like.
And you sung a lot, and people were loving it. It was so cool to have you. So anyway, go on.
Well, it was really enjoyable, and also I've watched those live streams as well, and to be in one finally.
And we're on the same couch.
I know, this legendary couch. I think we should just start with a jam because
Let's do it.
I do a lot of talking on Tuesday Talks, but I don't do enough playing. So,
I love it.
okay, I'm gonna finger pick something.
Eat your heart out, John. I've been getting cheeky with you over the John Mayer thing because I think I'm just jealous.
Well, yeah, obviously. Who isn't?
Actually, I know I am, but yeah, go on.
Okay, so you were using a plectrum then. Everyone knows I use my hands, my fingers.
Yes.
I want you to teach me maybe like the fundamental thing you should learn when you pick up a plectrum.
Yes. Okay.
Because I've never had a proper official guitar lesson. So obviously with your skill set, I want to be taught.
It seems like lots of finger picking has never been more popular, more mainstream. So
yeah.
Maybe we can swap some ideas. 'Cause I don't finger pick as much, but even John's newest solo that you helped write with him. He's using his finger.
You're gonna get me in trouble.
No, so there's a lot of tasty tones. So if you just find yourself playing guitar and for whatever reason, like you just naturally inclined to use your fingers, then by all means, that's how you're getting your own style anyway. Is you're just exploring like your own sound. So that's cool. But if you were to walk in for your very first guitar lesson, I would very much try and get you to use a pick.
Yeah.
I mean, especially when it comes to, all digging into like licks and stuff like that. And then also for me anyway, to kind of that paintbrushy kind of 16th note rhythm kind of thing. So there is always a need for it, or just good old fashioned. You can get more volume. There's a lot of really good things about it. But I think a lot of people think of it as either an extension of their index fingernail.
Yeah.
Like the concept of it.
Yeah.
Sometimes, all our hands are different too, right? I mean, the physiology is all different, so you have to be comfortable. But a lot of people would put it as an extension of their thumb nail and then just tilt it off to the right a little bit and then squeeze it together. Now what I've found, and you probably know this too, little things that you do that you didn't realize until viewers pointed it out to you.
Yeah.
Good and bad.
All the time.
Right. Did you know your face does this thing when you da-da-da-da? So like I had questions about me, like, because sometimes I'm picking and I plant my pinky down here for like
stabilization, right?
these are nothing. This is all my journey of just natural playing and not thinking about anything. But now that other people have asked me about it, I've sat and analyzed it. So, that's one way to kind of stabilize your hand when you're doing single note picking. Although that's actually one of the greatest things about finger picking is the arpeggios and stuff. So you're already good there. But something I didn't know I did is I actually take my 2 fingers and put the pick like that in the 2 fingers. And that's when I'm doing, and my wrist, you can put a sound effect in there. And so I find that I'm doing that. And so don't even worry about a chord, like you can just mute it, but yeah. So that's when I'm doing more of anything a little bit faster.
Does that feel, to me, that feels like a little bit weaker than that?
Well, no, this is definitely stronger, but I'm thinking of, when I'm squeezing pretty hard between my middle and thumb, but my index is there too.
Okay.
I'm squeezing, it's almost like I'm holding it harder. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, but here's something that we're not actually doing, but people can't see it through the camera, is that if you've never used a pick before, you want to start with a pretty flimsy light pick.
Right. Okay.
You're actually going straight to the
these are
to the
chunky.
The Ninja Star. You know Ninja Star?
Yeah.
This is more Ninja Star level. Like, be careful, you're going to cut your finger open. So if you're trying to use a pick, and you never have, start with a light pick.
Right.
Extra light even is good. I remember first learning guitar, I didn't even know that there were different pick sizes, but I had a super light pick, and it just felt good because I wasn't good at playing yet, and it's so forgiving, and I just felt like, hey, hey. And then as I got better at guitar, I kept graduating up to thicker picks out of my own necessity of getting better at guitar. It wasn't like, oh, I'm supposed to use this size pick now. It was like, wow, I'm getting pretty good. Like, I'd like to have a little more accuracy and have it be less forgiving. So, just like anything, to get better at something, you have to not avoid it. It's really as simple as that.
I definitely avoid picks.
Yeah. So that's why you haven't gotten better at it. But that's okay.
Yeah.
Like, she's great, you guys. Like, you're doing your thing.
I have my thing, but I like most guitar players, like there are avenues that I want to go down, and I like watching other people play and like seeing you solo like that. I'm like, I wish I could.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I would start with for you, since you already play, I would just get a medium pick and just force yourself 5 minutes a day.
I know.
That's all you'd have to do, though.
I know.
And you would just get more and more natural. Like, I always avoided finger picking. The same exact, the yin to your yang, the exact same thing for me. I always avoided finger picking because it just was not comfortable for me. Until I already was known as a guitar teacher on YouTube. I was embarrassed with my finger picking skills. So I forced myself to just get the basic, basic Travis picking thing down. Literally because I already had a responsibility to be teaching people, and I felt bad that I didn't do that well.
Yeah.
So I just started doing it. I dedicated myself for a few months to just do it for 20 minutes a day, nice and slow. And I got better at it. But I still always go back to the pick, just like you're probably always going to go back to your fingers. It's just your main tool.
Oh, it's just, I only started doing that recently. Maybe in the last year, and ever
it sounds great. Fingers on the note sound so good.
Well, it's just nice having lots of options.
So real quick, something that was so cool, because we did a live stream before we filmed this Tuesday Talks here, trademark, hashtag, is the cool thing where you're soloing, playing rhythm, and kind of accompanying yourself at the same time. You couldn't do that with a pick, I don't think, right?
No, I've
The
tried
way you
to.
do it.
No.
Can you play a little bit of that? I want to.
Well,
it's time for me to analyze what you're doing.
It'd be useful. So many people ask me to do a video on this, and I'm trying to figure out exactly how I do it, because you just get in habits of something, and then you have to sit and analyze yourself. So I'm working on it, and that's why I've been hanging out with Marty, because he knows how to analyze himself so well. So learning from the best, obviously. But yeah, I do,
kind.
and it's funny because like I was inspired to play like this because of acoustic guitarists like Mike Dawes or Andy McKee. And then so translating it to electric guitar, it was a bit of a shock to some people because there's a lot of that. And it definitely sounds cool in some avenues, and then sometimes it's too much. So I'm like always trying to change things up a little bit. But yeah, the percussive element on an acoustic guitar is really nice. So
that thing.
Yeah, because you kind of have to like leave your thumb free to be able to, and then you have to have the other 4 things.
Oh, those
fingers.
other 4 ones too.
They're kind of important too. Well, actually, maybe not so much my pinky.
Yeah.
My pinky, I do rest, just like you were talking about.
Yeah.
I rest it on the body.
Yeah.
And it just stabilizes everything, so you know exactly where your hands are going to be and your fingers are going to be to line up with each string.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I do it. So I kind of just like slot my hand in, and then I'm just like.
And let me guess, you didn't play it that perfectly the first day you tried it.
No.
You just kept repeating the ideas organically, and it is weird now that we're in this age where everything's like on video all the time. Like there were so many things I never consciously learned. Like I didn't learn to plant my pinky down.
Yeah.
Like I was playing something and maybe started doing it a little bit and was figuring things out. Never thought about it, or that I hold it sometimes with both fingers, and other times when I'm picking out, I hold it a different way. Never thought about it. So, you know, I think all those different things are like products of just playing a lot, and a lot of those things work themselves out, you know?
Yeah, and you get yourself into a comfort zone, don't you, as well?
Yeah.
But with a pick, what is the first thing that I should like, what strumming pattern is maybe like the first strumming pattern?
Well, on a lighter pick, and this is, you know, great for, I like the down, up, down.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. Down, up, down. Yeah. But that's not the whole thing.
Okay.
That's just the first part.
Okay.
Going somewhere with it. So down, up, down. So yeah, so you got down, up, up. That's it. I call this the Jack Johnson. Do you know Jack Johnson?
Yeah.
Down, up, down, up, up. Down, up. Then we have to go down, up, down, down. That is the Jack Johnson. Down, up, 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 down. Now I screwed it up. Down, up, down, up, down, up. That's it.
Yeah.
So then you'd take, like, let's say a G chord. Yep. And then I would break that same rhythm up between 2 chords. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Down, up, 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 down. That's it. Although we didn't split it up that last time.
No, we didn't.
And you do that next. So I already am seeing that I'm using 2 fingers. I'm not saying you should do that, but when I start to get into the zh, I just end up not doing it with 2, but with 3 fingers.
Okay.
So then the next thing that you do really well is this, right?
Yeah.
But you can do this when you have a pick. Now my hand's fanned out because my palm is coming down and hitting the strings at the same time. That's the Jack Johnson. I call it the Jack Johnson. He's not the first one to do it, but...
So it's like the palm mute.
Yeah, but you can do it without your left hand at all, like that. So then on the down, up, down, that last down I just said, you do that. So watch. Yeah. You know, Dave Matthews does this a lot.
Yeah.
He does this a lot too. So, and he was before Jack Johnson a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
I did that on purpose because that's the next thing I want to talk about is dropping your pick in the sound hole.
Oh my God, the amount of times.
Am I playing this off? Do you think they buy it?
But the amount of times, like that was one of the reasons why I stopped playing with a pick, because one, I'd drop it in, or it would fall.
No, I'm telling you right now that I did it on purpose because I wanted to show you guys the next valuable thing. So, and
this will happen to everyone. This will happen to me too.
You play a little shaky game where you get it, where you can see it there.
Yeah, and then you
go like that.
Yay!
Man, it didn't go as well as I hoped.
Well, that was still pretty good.
I did get it on the first try.
I had like 15 to, well, no, maybe 12 to 18. I spent too many hours having dropped my pick in my guitar.
So now I'm at like, no, you got to keep that in. But I was going to say, now I'm at your mercy, because if it was my video, I would cut that part out. But it actually is probably the best part of the video. Yeah, and then I was just thinking, I played because we're talking about the pick, I played my own gig, which I don't do that much of, but I played a couple months ago in New York. I think I dropped my pick twice during the show. So
yeah, well, the first thing that I bought when I was trying to play in a rock band was one of those things on a mic stand.
Oh, yes.
And I just have 5 of them, and I'd like put them in really particularly. But sometimes, yeah, you wouldn't even use them.
But it's also, you're like, hey, you pull them down and throw them out to the audience.
I wasn't that much of a stage presence to be able to do that.
that
I think I was a bit too nervous. That's why I was dropping picks all the time.
That is, I think, what they really were designed for.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The end.
Let's face the facts here. It's rock and roll is not a very modest business. You know what I mean?
It's not a very humble industry. Definitely
not. So let me try that again. So it's the down, up, down, and that down can become a little slap thing. So. Sounds great.
I don't think I've ever been. I know, doesn't this Martin sound good? That Taylor sounds all right too.
Thank you.
Two
worlds collide. Yeah. Yeah. Without a pick, I wouldn't be loud enough to solo like that on an acoustic with you. I mean, if someone was strumming really loud and I only have my fingers, at least my technique's not loud enough.
Mine's
so much louder with a pick. And a different tone. But like I said, the finger picking tone is a softer, but like so much character in it. Like I said, it's never been more popular. Like even like that, like John's solo, JM.
Joni Mitchell.
Yeah. Oh, she's incredible.
Janelle Monáe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Another good one. Yeah. Like that ripping solo he just took on his last single. Like he's just using all fingers, and it sounds amazing. Like the tone and everything.
Well, I think.
But it's a different tone.
It's a different tone.
So you
and
don't
it's
always
very
want
distinctive.
it.
No, you don't always want it, and that's where I want to sort of get to, where I have like a sort of spectrum of ability to be able to play when it's right for the song and it serves the song. So that's one of my rules with guitar playing. Is like, does it serve the song?
Yeah.
Me being able to finger tap and shred, it doesn't really serve my songs because it's just not that way inclined. But yeah, like
wankery.
Guitar
the study
wankery.
of wankery. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I have a bachelor's degree, not a master's degree, but close.
But yeah, I think on electric guitar, that fingerstyle, and the reason I play electric more is because of that sensitivity and volume-wise, like you could just crank it up more. So like, no matter what the other person's playing, if you are being accompanied or whether you're with a full band, like you are still heard.
Absolutely.
But yeah, but that's definitely a thing. But
And I'm also thinking of like a...
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there's a certain thing you can only do with that pick. But in the same regard, I really want to get better at finger picking. That's like one of my weaknesses. So think about your weaknesses and work on them if it's important to you.
Yeah, identify them.
Yep.
Of which many people have many weaknesses.
Yep. Of course,
but you can focus on your strengths too. Like there is definitely a positive thing of that. Like,
well, they say your weaknesses are actually what develops your own style.
Yeah.
I've heard that. One of the examples I think of is Billy Corgan from the Smashing Pumpkins. He's a great guitar player, but when he was learning guitar, he was trying to sound like Eddie Van Halen, but he couldn't do it. And the more he tried, the more he developed his own sound, because he wasn't able to do it.
I would definitely say, like all the guitar players I looked up to, I tried to play like them, failed, and then you come up with your own style, because that's definitely the best way.
Yeah, I think so.
But talking of that, so I used to gig a lot with acoustic guitar, and because of the breadth of like percussive elements on acoustic, I used a loop pedal.
Yes.
You're just bringing out your own signature.
Oh, gee, Mary.
Da, da, da.
I can't believe that you brought
One
that.
we made earlier.
I can't believe I forced you to bring that up. So
you didn't force me to
thank
bring
you
it
so
up.
much for bringing it up.
But I'm impressed.
I just happen to have it right here.
Yeah. Here's one I made earlier.
We should have cut where it like dropped into my hand, but that's okay. Yes, okay, so I've been teaching YouTube. I was a guitar teacher before YouTube, but I've been teaching lessons on YouTube for 10 years. And Marty Music, is what I'm doing. And even before I was teaching on YouTube, I always used a looper pedal as a practice tool.
Yeah.
It just was like the best practice tool for me. It helps you become a better rhythm player because you're creating your own backing track, and then it helps you become a better lead guitar player because you can then practice your leads over your own rhythm. And it's been a big part of my videos, like using a looper. And I always used a great Boss looper. I've used the Ditto looper. They're all great loopers. But I kept thinking to myself that, because I would always get questions like, Marty, I'm really bad at the looper. I need to get better. Mm-hmm. So my brain started thinking, well, maybe I can make a course that could teach people how to use a looper, because there's some basic skills that I could help you with. But then on top of it, showing you ideas on how a looper can be a great practice tool.
Yeah.
So I first thought of that because I'm always making lessons. And then just through being around like the NAMM show and meeting people through the years that are connected more behind the scenes, I just one day thought to myself, maybe, I don't know how hard it would be, but maybe I could get my own looper and make a course and have it be my own.
Yeah.
And lucky enough, I found the resources to do it.
Yeah.
And so here it is. It's just like it's basically like a Ditto looper, but it's actually loops twice as long. So 10 minutes worth of loops.
Wow.
You can do unlimited overdubs. So that's always cool. And then there's a little USB port. So if you like have a loop that you've come up with because you're just jamming around and you've got this like great song idea, just like a hard drive, you can plug it into your computer and drag
that's cool.
Drag out the loop. And the other thing it can do
so cool.
is you can take any jam track like my friend Quist Jams, free plug Quist, but you could get a jam track, and if it's a WAV file, you can do the opposite and actually put the loop onto the pedal and then come over and that backing track will play through this and you can practice over it as well.
Well, what a great tool.
Yeah.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, so I just wanted to get into it myself, and teach people
nice color too.
Yeah, teach people how to do it. I was actually tried as hard as I could to make it more surf green, like Fender surf green, and this came out a little more blue.
I like it.
But I'm digging it. I got my own little bearded face logo.
Yeah.
That's a much hipsterized logo of me.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you bringing it up, and it's something that I've just used it so much, and the feedback it's one of the number one things I get asked about.
Yeah.
Is what's that thing you're using? Or I got one and I suck at it. I just gave up because it was too complicated.
Yeah.
So that was another reason I made a really simple one.
Yeah. Great.
Super simple. I mean, I think it's going to help people, and I can't wait to hear about people that it's helped.
Well, thanks for sharing all that information about that, and thanks for being on my show, and also thanks to like all the work you've done over the years.
Thank you.
What you have taught guitar players and like taught me.
Thank you.
I only hope you know how important that is.
I really appreciate. I mean, it's like you try and stay humble, but it's always just very flattering, and it does blow me away because if you haven't noticed, I'm putting 5 to 6 videos up a week, so I don't have a lot of time to sit and reflect on it. But then when I actually like, hey, wait a minute, like, and then I hear you say it, and I'm like, part of me doesn't believe it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like not in a.
And that's a testament to you. That's how humble Marty is.
Oh,
and like,
thank you.
For welcoming me in the studio and going out for dinner last night with your wife and everything. Like it was just really lovely.
That was fun.
That was fun.
We had a couple cocktails, but that's
it was great. But if you haven't already, like I'm sure most of you know of Marty's videos already, but if you haven't subscribed, please do.
Thank you.
Subscribe to my channel too. Give this video a thumbs up. Go and check out the live stream we did as well.
Yeah, that's
really
on
fun.
YouTube. That's on YouTube.
It's already there.
Yeah.
So,
Mary and Marty, just look it up.
Yeah, just one letter away from each other.
Yeah.
But otherwise, we'll see you soon.
Bye. Thanks for having me.